Capricorns, this is my very first online reading. It's a general reading for Capricorns. I'm a Capricorn, so I figured I would just start with us and see how it went. I'm using the Angel Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. I'm also using the Psychic Tarot deck by John Holland, and then also the Spirit Messages by John Holland. And I'm just going to pull a few cards and give you a general reading. If anyone would like to contact me, my email is yellowflower1229@gmail.com. If you'd like a personal reading or just to contact me, that would be wonderful. Okay, let me just... And I'm going to pull two from the Spirit Message deck. That one doesn't want to go back in. And then I'm also going to pull two from the Psychic Tarot by John Holland. Alright. Okay, so the first card that I have here is the Hermit. And with this card, it just says, spend time in a quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, self-discovery. I know that for myself, I've recently started kind of transitioning into a more spiritually connected being. I've been more interested in connecting to my higher self and to the highest being that there is, if you call him God. I just use the word God because it's what I've grown up calling him or her or whatever. Anyways, so basically there's no positions with these cards. It's basically, I'm just going to give a general reading. But what I can see here is pretty much kind of what I'm going through for being a Capricorn. I'm usually a very a social person. I usually love to call my friends all the time and go out and go to friends' houses, or go out, and have a couple drinks with a couple friends, or I'm just constantly always trying to connect with other people. And in this past like 3 or 4 months, I have not been doing that. I have definitely been being the hermit. I haven't even answered the phone to my best friend in about 3 months, and it's not so much because I don't like her or because she's done something to me at all. It's just more so like I'm on this journey and I'm not interested in including anybody right now. I'm more interested in dealing with myself and my family and my priorities, and I don't want other people's energy kind of coming in and bombarding what I'm trying to create here. Eventually, I want to include the people that I care about outside of my family back in, but as of right now, I'm definitely being the hermit. And then we have the Two of Earth, which is typically the Two of Pentacles, and it basically just talks about juggling priorities. So it says down here, too much going on at once, the need to make a decision, consider a more playful approach. So that's basically, the thing I like about Doreen Virtue's cards is that she doesn't, she always gives a positive aspect to every card. Even though there could be a negative to it, she always gives you a suggestion of how to make it better. And this is a good example of it. You know, when you have too much going on and you need to make a decision, it's better to consider a playful approach. It's better to kind of calm down, find something that makes you happy, and then kind of go at it again. So, so instead of being the hermit, instead of, you know, kind of staying in the books and putting all your focus on what you need to get done and what you're learning about, you know, try to kind of make it playful, kind of play around with it, which is kind of what I'm doing here. Just kind of playing around with my YouTube channel, doing a reading, seeing if I can catch anybody else's attention and see if I help anybody. And then we have the Seven of Air, which is the Seven of Swords. And down here it says, plans that need revision, more going on that meets the eye, poor timing. With this, right now I'm trying to get into a home. I've been applying for loans. I've been applying for putting applications in for rental homes, and I've not gotten any bites. There's been 3 homes now, and today I found myself just wanting to cry because I want a house right now. As you can tell, this mini fridge, I'm kind of staying in like a weekly sort of place. So we're just trying to find a house, and really, really wanting to do that. And I just keep getting this message that, you know, it's coming, and it's going to be the perfect one. Don't get yourself down because every time that you don't get one, you think that you're never going to, and that's not the case. I'm being told that I'm going to get the house that I want. A beautiful house with enough room, just enough room for everyone, and, you know, not too much, not too little. It's going to be perfect. And I'm having a little bit of trouble in accepting that, but this is good. This is a good card to kind of keep me on track. You know, it's let me know that it's poor timing. It's something that there's more going on that meets the eye, which means that the perfect house is coming in. I am manifesting it. It's just, you know, it's going to come in its time. The Five of Fire, which stands for the 5 of Wands. And at the bottom here it says competing goals, bothersome details, conflict with others. So you just want to make sure that whatever goals you have, that that you're not allowing yourself to compete with yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Realize that whatever goals you do have, that you are capable of reaching those goals. And as Capricorns, you know, we kind of feel like, oh yeah, I know that. Because we naturally are able to set a goal and then get to it, eventually reach it. And if we don't, then we kind of just set it aside and we're like, you know, that's not even our goal anymore. Now we have a better goal. Excuse me. So just make sure you're not being hard on yourself. You're not competing with yourself for your goals. That if you have a goal, especially a passionate goal, and this, you know, the Wands represents passions, that you are staying on course with that goal, and you believe that you're going to be able to reach that goal, and that you don't compete with yourself or forget about it. You want to make sure that you also, you know, don't let the details of how to reach that goal bother you, and don't let other people kind of rain on your parade. If it's something that you're passionate about, and it's a passionate goal that you have, don't let other people rain on your parade. Don't let other people either create conflict with you or allow you to create conflict with them. You know, don't get offended. Don't just know that just keep your peace. Even if you have to walk out of the room and just kind of take a deep breath and smile, and realize that, you know, it's not worth your time. And then also we have here the Magician. And the Magician is the number 1. It comes after the Fool. And it is a card that basically says that you are capable of, creating whatever it is that you want in your life. Whatever it is that you truly want in your life. You can't just be like, oh, I want a soda, and then it magically appear. But that's definitely something capable of manifesting. You just have to truly want something, and know that you're going to get it. If you truly want something and you put it out there, you put that vibration out there, and you know that you're going to get it, then you're going to receive it. It's going to happen. Just like I know that I'm going to receive this home. I'm going to receive the home that I need for me and my children, and everything's going to work out perfectly. I just need to keep knowing that I'm going to receive it. Keep the faith that it's gonna come, and I will be the Magician, and I will manifest it in due time, in the time that source, says that I'm supposed to receive it. And down here at the bottom it says you are ready. You have the resources or the ability to manifest them. Life is magical. So the way that I like to look at this card is, I kind of like to say, imagine a doctor. Just this is just any scenario, but just imagine a doctor, someone who specializes in, let's say, something random, plastic surgery. And, for them to be the Magician, starting at number 1, kind of think of them back in high school. When they were in high school, they had this idea in their head that they wanted to be a plastic surgeon. They had no idea how they were going to do it. They had no idea what it was going to take, or I'm sure it was probably overwhelming for that person. They were at the very beginning of their idea. The inception of the idea. I want to be a plastic surgeon. And, they hadn't signed up for college yet, and they hadn't decided where they were going to apply for a job with after they graduated. They hadn't even realized they were going to graduate. But the Magician says that, that you are able to create whatever it is that you want. That you are at the place where you have the inception of the idea. And it doesn't matter whatever it takes to get there. You have what it takes right now to get there. You are at the starting point. Where you are right now is in a place that you eventually could get to your ultimate goal, whatever that goal is. But you just have to believe it and take the steps in order to get there. And then at the bottom right corner here, we have the Ten of Air, which is like the Ten of Swords. And in the original tarot, the Ten of Swords is, the person lying on his back, or lying on his stomach with 10 swords in his back. And a lot of people take that card as, oh gosh, that's a terrible card. When it's really not that terrible of a card. Yes, it does signify a lot of mental anguish. But the positive side of it, and I really like that about Doreen Virtue's explanation of it, is that it's the number 10. And in tarot, it goes from 1 to 10, other than the major arcana, it goes to 21, goes 0 to 21. But all of the all of the cards that aren't major arcana, they go from 1 to 10, and the 10 represents the ending. 1 is the beginning, 10 is the ending. So if you are in the swords category of the cards, then, the best card that you can get actually is, I think, the 10, because it means that that's coming to an end, that you are moving out of that mental anguish, that's difficult situation. Down here at the bottom it says, the end of a difficult situation. Embrace the change and expect things to get better now. Recovering from an addiction. So this can also represent an addiction of some sort, either to alcohol or drugs, maybe even a person. So yeah, the Ten of Swords, Ten of Air, I think is an amazing card because it means that you are moving away. You're moving away from that mental anguish, which no one enjoys, that's for sure. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and move on to the spirit messages. Right over here we have study. And then we also have relationships. And I've actually never pulled this card before. This is the first time I ever pulled this card. And I've always said to myself, why don't I ever get the relationship card? So let me go ahead and read both of these to you. Studying. Spirit has its own special way of letting you know that it's time to study again. From time to time, it's important to go back and learn, whether that's learning old things in a new way or learning something totally new. This is an opportunity to expand your mind. So I can definitely resonate with this because I have book after book after book that I have bought and downloaded. And I mean, I've read a few of them, but most of them I just kind of read the first like 3 chapters and I'm like, okay, next. And I'll go to the next one. Just trying to see if one catches my attention better than another. Because I'm all about the, nothing happens for no reason. So if something catches my attention, then I feel like I'm supposed to do it, that sort of whole thing. But definitely I need to get in and get my butt on the road with studying and learning more about this, because this really is a passion of mine, something that I really want to start doing to help other people. I feel like I'm really truly called to do this sort of thing, not just to help other people, but also to gain a higher level of consciousness, a higher level of contentment in my life, because I definitely deal with a lot of this, a lot of mental anguish, and I'm learning very slowly but surely, it's going great, on how to kind of take back control of my mind. And then we have relationships, and I am currently in a relationship. I don't know if you hear my newborn over there. She's in the process of waking up. Let's go ahead and look at the card if you can see it. I know I've got a lot of glare right now. It just shows a woman and a little girl, a couple little girls, and then a man handing her his heart. It's like a green lotus flower, which I know represents the heart chakra. So yeah, he's handing her his heart. And it says down here, relationships. Relationships are just a mirror images of your own life, how you feel and treat yourself, as well as how you react and respond to different situations and people around you. Be aware that every relationship is an opportunity for soul growth. That is so true. I know that's something that I've kind of been receiving messages about. That's crazy because I've never pulled this card. But one thing that I said the other day, and relationships go for not just romantic relationships, but with my brother, I know that my brother, he is really hard to get along with because you can say something positive to him. You can tell him that, hey, I like your haircut, and he will, right off the bat just be like, why'd you say that about my hair? It's like, because I thought you have a nice haircut. And he will just go off and talk about how, it's none of my business and I don't need to be noticing his haircut. It's just like, in relationships, as much as a butthead that he wants to be, it really does. It gives me an opportunity for soul growth. It gives me an opportunity to use all these new techniques that I'm learning to ward off that negative energy. So that is very, very true for me. Definitely I resonate with that. And then down here from the Psychic Tarot deck, we have awareness, which represents, I believe the Magician. I've not done a lot of reading on this, so we'll kind of go through this book. I've not used the Psychic Tarot too many times yet, but we have awareness, which is card number 1 in the Major Arcana. And then we also have the third eye chakra. And look, they both have that beautiful, like, purplish color. And what do you know? It's lit up in his third eye, which is very synchronistic. I like that. So let's go ahead and read. I will read these because I've not done too much with this deck, and I love this deck. I need to start working with this deck more. Okay, this card is one of the key reminders that you already possess all the tools to guide and direct you in your life. So yes, it represents the Magician. Whether it's wisdom, intuition, psychic skill, creativity, self-motivation, love, willpower, physical ability, or just pure courage, they are all part of you. Once you learn to tap into and use them, you'll be amazed at the power and effect they can have. You have the ability to allow the universe to work in partnership with you. Together, you can manifest change, whatever the desire may be, and bring about a positive outcome. This card represents your ability to create your own reality, to set ideas into motion and watch them grow. This card is often drawn when you're ready to switch direction, start a new project, or change careers. What do you know? Now is the time to use positive thoughts, visualizations, and affirmations as you veer away from negativity. Knowledge is power and can lead to success. By having faith, keeping your willpower strong and directed, and by tapping into the tools that you possess, as well as calling out on the magic from the universe, you can accomplish anything and everything you set out to do. So yes, that represents the Magician. So we got the Magician twice. What does that say about us Capricorns? We are some creative goats. We definitely know how to make things happen. Regardless of, I think for me, I don't know how about all the other Capricorns, but for me, these past like 2 or 3 years have been like a bummer. They have been some self-sabotaging years. I have just not been doing very well with the manifestations of positive manifestations. I've definitely been manifesting, just not in the way that I want to. And I'm glad that I have received the messages that I've received in the past few months, because had I not, I would still be in that terrible spiral. Okay, and then the third eye chakra. And it says key facts. Color is indigo. Sound is Om. So if you want to do some meditating and some vibratory meditation, the word is Om. The element is light. The gland is your pituitary gland, which is the gland in your brain. The key words are I see. And it just has a little paragraph here in the back where it says, this is the most often talked about of all the chakras. And clairvoyance, inner seeing, intuition, and higher levels of consciousness are all associated with this energy. Found between the eyebrows and just above the bridge of your nose. It works closely with the throat and crown chakras and will assist you with your psychic and intuitive inner guidance. To balance the third eye chakra, I recommend that you practice walking meditation, breath work, yoga, tai chi, visualizations, and color therapy. Don't just focus on this one chakra as part of your development, as it's important to remember that they should all be in balance in order to work in unison and harmony. So that is the reading for us Capricorns. I think that I resonate with it perfectly. I'm definitely going through each one of these things, especially these two here at the end. Or they're the ones that I'm more focused on right now. So thank you so much for watching. Again, if you feel like you should contact me, my email is yellowflower1229 at gmail.com. And I am going to start doing personal readings. So if you would like to do that, I can work out a way for us to get that situated. And I hope that you have a blessed day. And thank you so much for watching. Namaste.